Melly Mel.
Melly Mel. My name is Shakerria B. Henderson, and my role is leading lady, playing Mel, or Melly Mel.
Where are you from?
Queens, New York, baby. I've always wanted to be an actress since I was little. Like, one of my first things was some made-up fairy tale in 2nd grade. But I was always supposed to, have a backup plan. I went to college for journalism, and while I was there during my 2nd year, or my 1st year, I just started to just fall out of academia. Didn't really want to do it anymore, but I would always go to rehearsal for these one acts that I were doing that had nothing to do with the grade, nothing to do with me graduating, and I ended up liking that more than what I was going to school for. So I left South Carolina, where I was going to school at Lander University, came back to New York and went to LaGuardia Community College, which I graduated with my AS in theater. And then from there, I went to the neighborhood playhouse, and I did 1 year there, and I enjoyed it so much. So it's a long journey, but it was something I was always meant to do. I've always wanted to do it. I pull creativity from so many different places. So when it comes from acting, I love Viola Davis. I love Kerry Washington. When it comes from style, I love Rihanna, I love Aaliyah. When it comes for creative influences as far as writing, songs and things of that nature, I love how SZA writes, I love how Doja writes. So yeah, those are just really from everywhere. Mel is a songwriter and producer, actually. She's just a really cool girl. She knows she's pretty. She's not somebody who doesn't realize that she's pretty, and that's why she wears these big clothes and she's tomboyish. She's confident, she's secure in herself. She's a little childish. She likes to do a little bit of mocking people, but overall, the way I thought, Mel is an Aquarius. So my rising is Aquarius, so I came a lot with that for building Mel. Mel is just cool, in one word.
Mel is definitely inspired by myself and other women who, again, don't fall neatly in the masculine feminine spectrum. We're not super girly, but we're also not dudes either. And I just really love Mel's passion for what she does and her commitment to her music and her artistry. The backstory that we created for her is that she is kind of in between career, home type of situation. She's staying with her older sister Farrah, who has it more together, and she's just trying to find her way. And I think any artist can connect to that about Mel. It's just being super committed, knowing exactly what you want, and not giving up on that.
When I think of Mel, she's a creative force. She's on her journey producing and making music and finding her way with people that she trusts. I don't actually see her as irresponsible or something. This is typical creative shit. We're all out here grinding. We're all out here trying to figure some stuff out. And the fact that she is able to get support from her sister as opposed to being on someone else's couch is it says a lot. She has the support of her family. I think that my character believes in her, but just, wants her space.
With Shakerria's audition tape, she actually had the longest audition tape for anyone who auditioned for Mel, and she really made sure to give different reads and styles and approaches to how she could do her sides, and I really appreciated that commitment. I later found out that she actually had to redo her audition tape and was freaking out about it, so I'm glad it worked out. I also think she just naturally had the essence of Mel and her style and how she was dressed in the audition tape, and I just kind of knew instantly that this was the person that I wanted for the role.
Playing Mel is really cool because I find myself to be very similar to Mel, but not as tomboyish. When I was younger, I grew up with my boy cousins. I was the only girl, rushing after them. So I definitely have and always had that tomboyish thing going on. My mother, it took her years for me to carry a purse, but I like that Mel means so much more into it than I really do. because it lets me explore that even more, and I love it. I love been wearing, like, I've been sagging my pants for like the past 2 weekends. I've been having my pants sagging, boxes out, I sit with my legs open anyway, because I am a lady, but it's just, I widen up the stance for Mel, you know, and it's just been really fun because it's just been playing with a side that I don't play with often. I drew to Mel because I enjoyed how similar we were, but after reading the script itself, what drew me to her even more was that I understood her confusion. And that what really drew me to her, because I really wanted to explore that on the screen and really challenge myself. How I approached learning Mel was, I did some things I did in school, was I read the whole script a plethora of times, and then I went into the script and saw what the characters were saying about Mel, what Mel said about herself, what Lachelle was saying about Mel, just in like the little sides and the actions. That's how I derived that she was childish, because she mimics a lot within the script. And that's what made me be like, okay, she's a little playful, she's a little childish. And really just reading the script over and over and over. And I think that's really how I learned Mel the most, was just continuously reading. And I did have a one-on-one with Lachelle, and we just really like talked about things about Mel, where she came from her side, and then my own little things, like how I said I believe she's an Aquarius and stuff like that. So I used the script to build like the base, or I guess the bones, and then I just let my imagination fill in the meat and the vessel.
That is a wrap on Shakerria, aka Melly Mel.
You have just rapped as Mel. How you feeling?
I feel really good, and I also feel like when we're gonna do a sequel, like this can't be over.
I could not have for this film.
I could not have asked for a better Madame Director for my first debut. Yes, yes.